Life moves in rhythms that we rarely understand in the moment. The dance between two souls is delicate, intricate, and often filled with movements that seem chaotic until we step back far enough to see the greater pattern emerging. Right now, the person you hold in your heart is moving through one of the most transformative phases of their existence. This is not a moment of random chaos, but rather a carefully orchestrated awakening. Your person is in the midst of a profound shift in consciousness. They are consciously and deliberately distancing themselves from the individuals and friendships that have been casting long shadows over their life. These are not casual acquaintances or passing friendships. These are people who have woven themselves deeply into the fabric of their daily existence, people who have mastered the art of subtle manipulation and control. These individuals have positioned themselves as influencers in your person's life, dictating their choices, shaping their decisions, and ultimately constructing barriers that have kept you and your person separated. The people they are releasing from their life have been exerting what might be called a karmic influence, a heavy weight that has prevented growth and authentic connection. They have attempted to mold your person into versions of themselves that serve their own purposes and agendas. Through subtle pressure, veiled suggestions, and outright manipulation, these individuals have created a network of control that has kept your person bound. But your person has finally seen through the illusion. They have recognized the manipulation for what it is, and they are choosing freedom. This decision to sever these karmic ties is not an easy path to walk. It requires tremendous inner strength and unwavering determination. It demands a willingness to release the familiar, even when that familiarity brings a strange comfort in its predictability. It means standing firm in the face of guilt, justification, and the resistance that comes from those who profit from your person's compliance. And yet, your person has found this strength within themselves. They are resolute in their conviction that this separation is necessary. They understand, perhaps for the first time, the critical importance of freeing themselves from these constraining relationships in order to genuinely strengthen the bond between you. The weight of this realization has stirred something deep within your person's soul. Their desperation to communicate with you has become almost palpable, as if a dam that had been holding back a reservoir of emotion has finally cracked open. Waves of words and feelings that have been suppressed for far too long are now flooding forth. The effort they are making to reconnect with you is evident in every gesture, every moment they carve out to bridge the gap that has grown between you. Their actions speak far louder than words ever could, telling a story of genuine intention and deep desire to mend what has been broken. Your person has come to understand something profound through the absence of your presence in their life. They have realized that no other person, no matter how charming or engaging, can provide them with the same depth of satisfaction, the same quality of love, and the same sense of true connection that you offer. This is not a conclusion they have reached lightly. It has been earned through time, through experience, and through the painful process of recognizing what is truly valuable when it is missing. They miss the warmth of your love in ways that go beyond simple sentiment. They miss the comfort of knowing that you are there, that your presence represents a sanctuary where they can be fully themselves. They miss the joy that you bring into their life, the way your existence transforms ordinary moments into something meaningful and beautiful. The distance has allowed them to see all of this with clarity they had perhaps taken for granted when you were close by. Their longing is intense and urgent. They have reached a point of exhaustion with their solitude, with existing in the shadows of a life that feels incomplete without you. They are eager to step out of the darkness and into the light that your love represents. The waiting has drained them, depleted their reserves of patience and energy. But beneath this exhaustion lies a renewed determination, because they have finally made peace with what needs to happen next. Your person has been carefully planning their next moves, thinking through the steps they need to take in order to reclaim their freedom and their life. These are not impulsive actions born from desperation, but rather thoughtful decisions made with intention and clarity. They are ready now to implement these plans. They are prepared to claim ownership of their own destiny, to make decisions for themselves without the suffocating weight of guilt or shame. This is their moment of liberation. While your person has been undergoing their own transformation, you too have been moving through your own evolution. You have found your footing in a way you had not before. You have gained confidence in your own abilities and in your capacity to shape your own life. You are now in control of your destiny, guided by inner wisdom and spiritual clarity. Your spirit guide has been leading you toward a path of genuine peace and lasting fulfillment, and you are following this guidance with increasing trust. You are feeling more relaxed and more at peace than you have in a long time. This state of inner calm is reflected in everything you do, in every decision you make, and in the very way you carry yourself through the world. There is a serenity about you that was not there before, a grounded centeredness that comes from knowing your own worth and your own power. But this change in you, this transformation that is occurring in your energy and your presence, has caught your person by surprise. They are not accustomed to seeing you in this state of calm and composure. They are not used to witnessing you so centered in your own peace, so confident in your own path. This shift has created an unexpected uncertainty in them, a subtle apprehension that has begun to build. They find themselves wondering, perhaps for the first time, whether they have waited too long, whether they have let slip an opportunity that may not come again. There is a fear that now lives in their heart, a fear that you might be considering other options, that you might be entertaining the possibility of moving on without them. They are hoping against hope that this peaceful demeanor you now carry does not signal the end of their chance with you, that your peace does not come from the decision to let them go entirely. This anxiety in them is understandable, born from the realization that they may have miscalculated the timeline of their own transformation. Yet it is important to remember that this present moment, this phase of uncertainty and transition, is but one chapter in a much longer story. It is a moment in time that, like all moments, will eventually pass. What you and your person are experiencing right now is a journey that both of you must undertake. It is a path that you must walk together and separately, learning and growing with each step. Every journey begins with a single step, and with each step that you take forward, backward, sideways, or standing still, you are moving closer toward genuine understanding, toward acceptance, and ultimately, toward love in its truest form. I have noticed a gradual but unmistakable change occurring in the fabric of our relationship. It is subtle, like watching the slow passage of seasons, yet undeniable in its progression. It feels as though you are slowly and deliberately releasing me from your life, creating a distance where none existed before. The intimacy we once shared seems to be carefully being constructed into space, and I find myself watching this happen with a mixture of helplessness and confusion. I see you moving through your life with what appears to be contentment and peace. You seem to be finding fulfillment and happiness in your days, seemingly unburdened by my absence. The sight of your independence and your ease fills me with a whirlwind of emotions that I struggle to process. Joy for your freedom battles with pain at my displacement. Relief that you are happy wars with fear that you no longer need me. And so I find myself trapped in a cycle of questioning and doubt. Are you genuinely happy without me, I wonder, or is this calmness you project merely an act, a facade that you have carefully constructed to protect yourself from further hurt? Are you truly content, or are you masking deeper feelings of sadness and longing beneath this exterior of peace? The uncertainty is maddening. Your actions, your newfound independence, they have left me in a constant state of worry and unease. I find myself caught in endless patterns of rumination, replaying our history together and searching for clues about what might happen next. I question everything we shared, second-guessing moments that I had once held sacred, wondering if they meant something different than what I believed at the time. I am riddled with insecurity about our future, haunted by the question of whether there even is a future for us to build together. Are you really letting me go? Is this the end of the journey we started together? These questions circle endlessly in my mind, each one a small wound that has not yet healed. The silence of your withdrawal has forced me to look inward in ways I had been avoiding. Looking back now with clear eyes and an honest heart, I can see with painful clarity the ways in which I failed you. I realize that I was not emotionally available to you in the way that you needed. I was there in body, going through the motions of being present, but I was not truly with you in spirit and in consciousness. There was a part of me that remained distant, reserved, unwilling to fully open my heart and let you in. I failed to provide you with the emotional support and understanding that you deserved. When you needed someone to truly listen, to sit with your feelings and validate your experience, I was often absent in the ways that mattered most. I did not treat you with the respect and the love that you undoubtedly earned through your patience and your devotion. I took what you gave me for granted, assuming that you would always be there, always be willing, always be ready to meet me halfway while I remained guarded and distant. I regret my actions, or perhaps more accurately, I regret my lack of action. I regret the emotional unavailability that I brought into our relationship, the ways in which I held back when you needed me to fully show up. When you retreat into silence, it is as though you hold up a mirror to my own soul, forcing me to confront my shortcomings and my failures. In your silence, I am reminded that you are a queen, a woman of genuine strength and dignity who refuses to settle for less than she deserves. You are someone who knows her own worth, and you have chosen not to compromise that worth for anyone, including me. You deserve someone who values you completely, someone who recognizes the treasure that you are and treats you accordingly. You deserve a person who loves you with their whole heart, who is present in both the good times and the difficult times, who is willing to be vulnerable and open with you. You deserve someone who treats you with the love, respect, and consideration that I should have offered from the beginning. And the painful truth is that I am not certain I have been that person. You have been so patient with me, giving me numerous chances to recognize my mistakes and rectify them. You have offered me opportunities again and again to become the person you needed me to be. You have shown a generosity of spirit that I did not deserve and have taken for granted in ways that I now deeply regret. I never imagined that you would one day cease your efforts, that you would finally reach the end of your patience with me. I was wrong. I was profoundly, fundamentally wrong in assuming your patience was infinite. Now I understand, though the understanding comes far too late. I know that my words, even now as I speak them, may upset you or seem inadequate to bridge the chasm that has grown between us. I recognize that confronting these issues, facing the reality of what I did and what I failed to do, is not easy. It is painful and raw and uncomfortable. Yet I am struggling to cope with your current behavior, with the changes I see in you that signal your distance from me. It is breaking my heart, tearing me apart piece by piece, even as it serves as a catalyst pushing me toward necessary change. This situation, as difficult as it is forcing me to listen to my own feelings with a depth I have not experienced before. It is pushing me to truly understand what I feel beneath the surface, beneath the fear and the defensiveness. The reality of losing you is creating space for me to finally take the action that I should have taken long ago. I cannot afford to simply wait and see what happens, hoping that time will heal things without my intervention. I need to take action now, not tomorrow or next week, but now. I need to fight for what matters most, and you matter more to me than anything else in this world. I want to say that I am sorry. These words feel inadequate, small and insufficient when measured against the weight of my failings, but they are sincere. I am sorry for my past mistakes, for every moment when I chose to be unavailable instead of present. I am sorry for my emotional distance, for the ways in which I withheld myself from you. I am sorry for taking you for granted, for assuming that what we had would always be there waiting for me to finally get it right. I am sorry for not seeing your worth sooner and treating you accordingly. I understand fully that you might want to move on, to live your life without the burden of my inadequacies weighing you down. I would not blame you for making that choice. You deserve to be happy, and if my presence in your life prevents that happiness, then I understand your need to let me go. But I need you to know something that comes from the deepest part of my being. I am willing to fight for you. I am willing to fight for us and for the possibility of what we could still become. I am committed to confronting my own feelings, to facing the painful truths about myself and my behavior without flinching or making excuses. I am ready to become the person that you deserve, the person I should have been all along. This is not a promise made lightly or in the heat of desperation. This is a fundamental commitment to change, to growth, and to showing up for you in the way that you deserve to be shown up for. I harbor the hope, perhaps fragile but real nonetheless, that it is not too late, that we can still salvage what we have built together and create something even stronger from the ashes of our past pain. But I also recognize that this hope may not come to fruition. Even if our relationship cannot be repaired, even if the distance between us has become too great to bridge, I need you to know this truth with absolute certainty. I will always cherish the moments we shared, the precious times when everything seemed perfect and possible. I will always hold dear the love that we had, the connection that we created, and I will always wish you happiness and fulfillment, whether that future includes me or not. In the intricate tapestry of life, relationships often form the very core of our deepest experiences and most profound learnings. One particular relationship, a deeply significant one, has been woven into your life. You invested heavily in this connection, pouring your emotional energy, your time, and your essence into someone who had entered your life with promises and presence. Your partner, however, has been a constant source of uncertainty and confusion. They would enter your life with intensity and affection, only to later retreat and create distance as though they were never truly committed. Their presence and absence seemed dictated entirely by their own whims, their own moods, their own needs in any given moment, with little consideration for the impact their inconsistency had on you. Their behavior revealed a selfishness at its core, a disregard for your feelings and your needs that was becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Their manner toward you was often rude and dismissive, treating your emotions as obstacles rather than valid experiences worthy of respect. The contempt they sometimes showed for your feelings was evident in their words and in their actions. Yet despite all of this turmoil, despite the pain that their behavior caused you, You found yourself strangely uninterested in exploring other options. Perhaps it was the depth of your genuine feelings for your partner that kept you tethered to them, or perhaps it was the hope, however fragile, that things would somehow change and they would become the person you needed them to be. Your partner also seemed unwilling to genuinely let you go. They professed their love for you in words that sometimes seemed convincing, even as their actions told a completely different story. They claimed to want you, to value you, to need you, yet they were unable and unwilling to let go of a lifestyle that was fundamentally incompatible with the kind of stable, committed relationship that you craved. They moved through life as a player, collecting attention and affection from various sources, never fully committing to anyone or anything. This created an impossible tension, a dichotomy between the words they spoke and the way they actually lived their life. This chasm between their words and their actions eroded trust like water wearing away stone. It left your heart broken, fractured in ways that took time to fully comprehend. It was only when you finally decided to step away, to create distance and carve out a life for yourself independent of their influence and their constant presence, that your partner began to understand the consequences of their behavior. The absence of your constant presence in their life served as a mirror held up to their soul, forcing them to see their own actions reflected back at them and to recognize the pain they had been causing. Now, in this new phase, your partner is beginning to desire something different. They are expressing a wish for equality and balance in the relationship, for a genuine give and take rather than the one-directional sacrifice you had been offering. Yet they approach this possibility with hesitation and uncertainty, unsure of how their attempts at Reconnect Ion might be received, afraid that they have damaged things beyond repair. Their uncertainty mirrors your own guardedness. You, for your part, remain protected behind carefully constructed emotional walls. The experiences you have endured have taught you the necessity of protecting yourself, of keeping your defenses firmly in place. You have learned through painful lessons that vulnerability without reciprocity leads only to heartbreak.